The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hello, America, and hello, world. Welcome to the special streamlined edition of The Right Side. Doug Billings here with you. Thank you very much for joining me, no matter where you are. Subscribe, share, and set your notifications for this program. Head over to dougbillings.us to support the program. Today, I'm going to take a very proud victory lap because President Trump just proved again why his no BS and tell it like it is style is the only thing that works against evil regimes. So, ladies and gentlemen, while the Snowflake Brigade, led by Tucker Carlson, clutched their pearls over an F-bomb on Easter Sunday, Trump looked the Mullahs dead in the eye, and he said, "Open the effing strait, or we're going to turn your power plants and bridges into rubble." And the entire citizenry of your apocalyptic regime is going to come to an end. And within hours, Iran blinked. They sent a proposal. Trump called it workable. He paused strikes for a 2-week ceasefire. He exercised mercy. Now, let me tell you something that no one in the mainstream media and no other influencer has told you. America has won in Iran by using only 10% of its military power. 10%, folks. And we're honored that it is over and completed, at least for now, on our terms. Nobody trusts the mullahs. That's why I'm saying for now. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we've honored the lives that we've lost by staying in the fight and finishing the damn job, just as every one of the families of the fallen heroes wanted us to do. The strait is open, ships are moving, oil prices are dropping, face-to-face talks are being set for Pakistan. Folks, it's strength right in front of us. That's not weakness. And to those who whined, Christians don't use that kind of language, Doug. Not that kind of language on Easter Sunday. He used the F-bomb. He said he was going to wipe out the entire population. Hang on a minute. I want to be very polite. I want to be very firm. And I want to say categorically, snap out of it. We don't clutch pearls about tone if we intend to return America to the divine providence of God and the intent of the founding fathers. The mullahs speak power. Trump speaks that language. And he separated, obviously, the ancient Persian people and their very proud culture that has been there for thousands of years before the apocalyptic death cult regime that's in place now. He separated. He wasn't talking about wiping out, the Persian culture, the Iranian people. To believe that nonsense is to demonstrate the very height of intellectual immaturity. Anyone pretending otherwise is either lying to you or they're just too soft to face reality. These are the exact bargaining chips that I've told you about. Since this whole Operation Epic Fury, it's not a war that we've used to deliver this breakthrough. It's not a war. Look, I don't know why everybody and their brother is calling it war. Well, I do know, because the algorithm loves that. It's for clicks. It's not a war. The bargaining chips, forward deployed United States troops as real leverage, not endless occupation, ladies and gentlemen, not a quagmire, not boots on the ground. It was a clear warning that an entire civilization, meaning the regime, not the Iranian people, could be wiped out. The threat to destroy power plants, bridges, critical infrastructure, not war crimes, not even close. It's pure pressure to force negotiations. And Operation Epic Fury itself, count it, 38 days, less than 10% of our combat power was used. And as a result of using our 10%, the entire Iranian Navy is at the bottom of the sea. Their air force is wiped out. Missiles are destroyed. Senior leaderships have been turned into red mist. Space Force, satellite surveillance, already locked in on every nuclear site, with the private warning to these guys that any tampering means more red mist. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said it plainly. Iran begged for the deal, folks, because they had no options, nothing left. That's what maximum pressure looks like when it's backed up by real credibility and American exceptionalism. So let's break down the actual 15-point ceasefire framework that Trump has already called workable. So here are the key points that have already been agreed to. Immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz with full freedom of navigation, zero uranium enrichment at any level, and a joint removal of all of the buried nuclear dust, as Trump put it, under American oversight. Don't worry about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have special forces trained in the recovery of these kinds of nuclear elements. No problem. We'll also have agreed to 24/7 Space Force surveillance on every nuclear site in that country. Tariff and sanction relief only after verified compliance of all of the above. The United States will assist managing traffic in the tolls in the Strait of Hormuz, which of course would lead to more billions, maybe even trillions of dollars for us. We're in control. A complete halt to all attacks by Iran and its proxies. Face-to-face talks scheduled in Pakistan very soon, and a 2-week ceasefire window, while the United States forces stay fully in place and ready to act if the Mullahs decide to play games. I don't trust the Mullahs. I don't trust them any more than Trump does. Who among us does? 2 weeks gives them a long time to try to hide weapons, but our satellites are watching, and they've been warned. Vice President Vance, I think, said it best. If they lie or if they cheat, they're going to find out. Trump is not going to mess around. So that is smart power, ladies and gentlemen. It's also demonstrating mercy under overwhelming strength. And yes, Europe, hello, Europe, you owe us big time yet again. The Strait reopening saves your economies from another energy crisis. And ladies and gentlemen, who among us doesn't realize that for decades, Europe has free-ridden on American security while they buy cheap energy from our adversaries? Trump fixed everything again, and the free ride is finally coming to an end. While the world focused on the Strait of Hormuz, I'm going to give you the bigger map that is now in play. Nobody else is talking about it. Trump has kicked China out of Latin America. Panama is no longer a Chinese outpost. Venezuela is liberated from China's grip. Conservative waves are sweeping Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, and Colombia. The Chinese, the Russians, and the Iranians no longer have a footprint in our backyard. That's the Don Rowe effect right there in action, folks. We haven't even talked about Greenland. It's ours too. Russia out, China out. And the benefits of the minerals, the strategic placement of troops is all ours up there. This is the entire Western Hemisphere, ladies and gentlemen. And over in Russia, well, they're equally neutered as well. Folks, listen, they've got over 1 million casualties in Ukraine, propping up Assad in Syria, cut off from its last major partner in the Middle East, Iran. They're gone. So Trump's strikes on Iran mean that we can indirect Russia shipments across the Caspian Sea at our pleasure, at our will. Their proxy network is collapsing. Our adversaries are at their weakest position in decades. All of this proves it's finally time for the United States of America to exit NATO. The alliance was created in 1949, folks, for a world that, by the way, no longer exists. Europe has the wealth. They have the population to defend itself, but it's chosen to spend their money on free welfare states instead of meeting even the 2% defense target minimum. So the Strait of Hormuz crisis has showed us once again. When energy was threatened, they looked to Washington, to D.C., to the Beltway. They didn't look, Europe didn't, to their own, people, their own abilities. Well, Trump is going to correct that imbalance. You better believe it. America first means bilateral deals that are based on real burden sharing, not permanent subsidies. And we're going to still protect our interests. You can count on that. But the era of blank checks is over. Here's what all of this means for you and everyday Americans on the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Oil and gas prices already falling. Utility bills are going to ease. Manufacturers, farmers, truckers, small business owners, families are going to be able to keep more of your money. Jobs are going to be more secure because supply chains are stable. We've got a lot of work to do. Still grocery prices. We need to talk about that. We'll get there. Our southern border, the pressures there, all ease up. Latin America stabilizes without adversarial influence in the neighborhood. National confidence is returning because Trump has shown the strength that we have creates peace without endless wars. So we're looking at proud conservatism, and it's delivering real results. Cheaper energy, stronger borders, restored deterrence, and a sovereign America that leads from the front. Trump is redrawing the global map, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all in our favor. It's on the right side, the winning side. Believe it. We've done this with only 10% of our military. It's winning. And while we will never make fun and never chastise any of the pearl clutchers and the crybabies and the snowflakes, we do welcome them back into the room of reality and into the room of America First exceptionalism. Thanks for watching this special edition. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, drop a comment. I try to read almost all of them. This is what Trump's victory looks like. I want to know what you think about it. And let's keep the conversation going. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the right side, Doug Billings. Follow me on X, on Truth Social, at Doug Billings. On Facebook, at The Right Side with Doug Billings. Support the show at DougBillings.us. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless President Trump. God bless the United States of America. We are in this thing together, I promise you. Believe it, for the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.